stocks our strategists feel are poised to deliver positive returns are featured now in their top stock picks of the week.
Our strategists want you to hear about a couple of computer technology type companies. They'll clarify as we go down the line with Kevin Cook and Ben Rains joining me here at the desk. So Kevin, we're going to start with you. Vaguely familiar with the name Microsoft.
Little company you may have heard of. So last week, and Microsoft has been done many times at this desk. I think Nina just did it a few weeks ago. But a new development, they warned last week that the coronavirus, as it's impacting China, will affect their current quarter.
No.
Because so much, and this is the PC segment, not the cloud segment. So much of their stuff is made in China. So they just wanted to get that out there. This would affect, obviously, PCs and the Surface Duo. I want to show you something, though. If you take a look at my screen, this is an article from Tech Radar that came out yesterday. The dual-screen Microsoft Surface Duo could be launching earlier than expected, and what they're showing, this is for Android. And the idea here is that this is a 4G device, and Microsoft, even though they had talked about having this out by the end of 2020, they'd rather get it out now when everything is still 4G, right?
Yeah.
A year from now, a lot more things will be 5G, and you don't want to be launching a 4G device then. So, and the other bird it kills with this stone is get it out there, see how popular it is, get people excited about, the 5G launch. And I think if there are any supply chain hiccups for Microsoft and Apple, which there will be, it'll just build anticipation for this device. People are already like chomping at the bit. This Surface, Duo that unfolds, and it's all for Android.
Think it'll help them mitigate any supply chain?
No, I mean it's not. That could probably only get worse, is because there's so many unknowns about China. It's not like they're going to move production somewhere else. They're just going to stay with what they have. The thing is, the reason I'm talking about Microsoft right now is because it's safety and stability in the storm, right? If you ask me, what's one stock I can buy right now, Kevin, that's got some growth but a lot of stability and some upside, and that would be Microsoft. Last week I was buying my high growth, smaller companies on the dip.
Sure.
And maybe I should have bought Microsoft. Instead, I bought a triple leveraged QQQ ETF. Another thing I want to show you here is Microsoft's investor relations page sets the standard. The bar is so high here. Of course, as a data company, why wouldn't they have the best investor relations page? But so I've gone here to the Q4 fiscal 19 earnings release. They're on June quarter, so we are now in their third quarter for 2020. But you get a nice snapshot here of the past 3 years of revenue. From 2017, $96.5 billion, to 2018, $110 billion. That's 14% growth, and then again 14% growth again to 2019, $125 billion. Slowing down a bit here. I'll show you what we're looking at for estimates on Mr. Softy, to 13% growth for this fiscal year. We're in Q3 of it now, $142 billion, but the growth is still projected almost 12% for next year. And that's because, they do so many things right. Another thing I wanted to show you on their investor relations page, if we go back here. So I was looking at the tables for revenue and operating income, and you can obviously get income statements and balance sheets, but here, click on Power BI, and then you get the data visualization, the business intelligence version, which is nice. And I think this has raised the bar for any tech company. Should have a user-friendly, interactive page like this. I like Square because they do that cool PDF with their own graphics, but this is kind of nice. All right, so that's my thesis on Microsoft. The other thing is, what stock is going crazy here during coronavirus up, similar to Microsoft? Zoom, right? Because everybody might have to work at home.
Yeah.
Microsoft is the established incumbent with Teams. Teams is their meeting product, right? And you're seeing the commercials everywhere right now. So Teams is strong for them. You're getting a 2% dividend here. And it's not cheap, though, right? So I talk about stability and safety. Microsoft is trading at 30 times forward earnings. but I think we'll get back up to 190. So if you were buying the dip in the 150s, which I strongly recommend, if Microsoft goes under 160, buy it during any of this panic. You'll see 190 again this year. All right, that is my bull thesis on Microsoft.
All right, Ben, you're looking at Garmin.
Yeah, a little bit different company than Microsoft. It's a little bit smaller, but it's a lot bigger than I think a lot of people give it credit for. And their non-auto business, which has been in decline as most people are just using their iPhone to get the directions, everything else besides that is growing really quickly. So it's their fitness trackers, smartwatches, aviation, boating, all of this different stuff. So I'll just go on their website just real fast if you look at it. So they have automotive, marine, aviation, outdoor recreation, sports, fitness, wearables. So they're much more than just the in-car GPS devices. They easily beat our Q4 estimates on February 19th. They beat in the bottom line by 29%. The revenue was up 12% for the year, about $3.8 billion. So some big growth for Garmin as well. And now I want to quickly look as well at just their price chart. This is over the last 3 years. We can see the stock's up about 78%. Easily beating its industry's average. They jumped big after their beat 2 weeks ago at this point, and they're down obviously as part of this bigger market sell-off. So it might be a situation where if you're high on Garmin, now's a good chance to get in. They fell sort of for no reason other than it's this big coronavirus sell-off. So a little bit of a pullback there. And as Kevin mentioned, it's a little pricey in terms of their forward earnings, but it's come down significantly because their guidance was raised in a big way for their current fiscal year, which is fiscal 2020. So they're trading at about 19 times forward earnings at the moment, but they were trading all the way at like 24.
That's
not
pretty
that
good
long
for a
ago.
company that I thought was dead in the water with the smartphones.
Yeah, for sure. So they've definitely done things to really bolster their business outside of that smartphone or that in-car GPS. And we'll see that, so this is after they reported, we can see all their earnings estimates have gone up in a big way, 8.2% for the year, up from $4.27 to $4.62. All of those estimates are trending upwards for 2020 and 2021. And then if we go ahead and look, we can see we're calling for about 6% growth on the top line this year, another 4.5% growth next year, and then some significant bottom line growth as well. But all those estimates are trending in the right direction. And as Kevin mentioned, it is a dividend payer, about a 2.6% yield at the moment, which is pretty solid for a growth-focused tech company. And they're going to raise their dividend by 7% this upcoming year. So solid company to look at, and yeah, it's a number one strong buy at the moment
In
for
spite
us.
of the GPS
situation. Yeah, they're
them.
really growing everything else, so they've been able to mitigate something that a lot of people probably thought they were dead in the water when everyone can just get a free version of GPS on their phone, but they're doing everything else really well at the moment.
Or you could read paper maps like I do. Do either of you own either of these companies?
No.
I do not know.
Okay, thank you for that. Again, more stock information is on our website, Zacks.com. Get on over to the homepage and start sifting through it. And don't forget also that you can get advance notice of positive earnings surprises. Yes, Zacks Research Breakthrough now predicting with about 80% accuracy which stocks are going to beat earnings expectations even before they issue their earnings reports. In order to find out which stocks those are, get on over to Zacks.com/promo, where you can get all the details. With Kevin and Ben, I'm Terry Ruffalo.